welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, my name is Rica Casabuena from Exp4 of the Electronics Engineering Department of the De La Salle University Das Marinas. And for our experiment today, for our laboratory, we will be using Wireshark to view our network traffic. So for our topology, we have here a simple visualization for our process. So we have here our computer, our laptop, and our devices connected to our LAN and connected to our router, which is our default gateway router, which is also connected to our internet, or probably the main source of our internet connection. So for our objectives for this experiment, for part 1, we aim to capture and analyze local Icmp data in Wireshark. And then for our part 2, we will be able to capture and analyze remote Icmp data in Wireshark. So for our background or scenario, Wireshark is a software protocol analyzer or packet sniffer application used for network troubleshooting, analysis, software and protocol development, and education. As data streams travel back and forth over the network, the sniffer captures each protocol data unit, PDU, and can decode and analyze its content according to the appropriate RFC or other specifications. Wireshark is a useful tool for anyone working with networks and can be used with most labs in the CCNA courses for data analysis and troubleshooting. So in this laboratory experiment, we will be able to use Wireshark to capture Icmp data packet IP addresses and Ethernet frame MAC addresses. So for our required resources, we'll be needing a one PC, Windows with internet access, and additional PCs, or it could be mobile phone, on a local area network. LAN will be used to reply to ping requests. So using a packet sniffer such as Wireshark may be considered a breach of the security policy of the school. It is recommended that permission be obtained before running Wireshark for this lab. If using a packet sniffer such as Wireshark is an issue, the instructor may wish to assign the lab as homework or perform a work-through demonstration. So since we're having our online classes, we'll be doing this laboratory at our homes. So for our instructions, let's have part 1. So for our part 1, we'll be capturing and analyzing local Icmp data in Wireshark. So in this part 1, you will ping another PC on the LAN and capture Icmp requests and replies in Wireshark. You will also look inside the frames captured for specific information. This analysis should help to clarify how packet headers are used to transport data to their destination. So for our step 1, retrieve your PC interface address. So for this lab, you will need to retrieve your PC IP address and its network interface card NIC physical address, which is also called the MAC address. So in our command prompt, let's type CMD here. Okay, so in our command prompt, enter ipconfig all. So let's type it. ipconfig then slash and all. Okay, and your IP address, its description. So enter ipconfig all to the IP address of your PC interface, its description, and its MAC physical address. So here, our physical address is this one, 2C-40-40-54-BB-D9-4F, which is also our MAC address. So our address here, just like what I've said a while ago, which is our physical address, is this one, which is also our MAC address. So we also have here our IPv4 address, which is this one, this preferred address here. And as you can see, our subnet mask is the same with our subnet mask here in our phone, which is also connected to the same network, okay, to the same Wi-Fi network. Then we also have here our default gateway of our PC on our laptop, which is also the same with our default gateway here on our phone. And as well as our DHCP server here, as well as our DNS server. So they're both the same because they are connected to the same LAN network. So after that one, for instruction B, ask the member or team members for their PC IP address and provide your PC IP address to them. Do not provide them with your MAC address at this time. So we've done it already using our cellular phones. So let's have our step 2. So start Wireshark and begin capturing data. So let's minimize this one. So navigate to Wireshark. So this is our Wireshark application here. Double click the desired interface to start the packet capture. So this time, make sure the desired interface has traffic. Okay, so we'll be selecting here Wi-Fi because there is traffic on that interface. So let's double click there. So information will start scrolling down the top section in Wireshark. The data lines will appear in different colors based on protocol. So as you can see here, there are blue their blue rows, their light blue rows, their red rows, and a lot more. So this information can scroll very quickly depending on what communication is taking place between your PC and the LAN. We can apply a filter to make it easier to view and work with the data that is being captured by Wireshark. So for this lab, we are only interested in displaying Icmp ping PDUs. Type Icmp in the filter box at the top of the Wireshark. Okay. So yep. And press enter or click the apply button arrow sign to view only Icmp ping PDUs. So let's do it. So here we'll be typing Icmp. So as you can see, this filter causes all data in the top window to disappear, but we are still capturing the traffic on the interface. So we should navigate to our command prompt here. Okay, command prompt window and ping the IP address that you receive from your team member. So we're gonna ping. Okay, we're gonna ping our cellular device, our phone. So let's go back to our photos here. Wait a moment. So now we'll be pinging our cellular device. So let's ping here, our command window here. So this is ping. Then our address is 192.168.18.43. Let's click enter. Okay. So after that, we're gonna notice that there will be pop-up here on our Wireshark. Okay, there will be a new pop-up about the after we ping our cellular device. So that's new. And then we can see here, just like here on the example, we're gonna receive information like packet sent is equals to 4 and receive was 4. So those are complete. Involving or including the milliseconds or time duration of the transmission of the information. So yep. So for our note, if the PC or let's say our cellular phone does not reply to our pings, this may be because the PC firewall of the team member, or let's say a PC firewall of your phone, or let's say of your another laptop or device, is blocking this request. So see Appendix A, allowing Icmp traffic through a firewall for information on how to allow Icmp traffic through the firewall using Windows. So we shall stop capturing data by clicking the stop capture icon here. Okay, so we're gonna have our step 3, examining the captured data. So for our step 3, we'll be examining the captured data. So in step 3, examine the data that was generated by the ping request of your team member PC or of our cellular device. So Wireshark data is displayed in 3 sections. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So the top section here displays the list of PDU frames captured with a summary of the IP packet information listed. So these are the PDU frames. There is a source, a destination, and a protocol as well. Okay, then for our second or our middle section, this lists our PDU information for the frame selected in the top part of the screen and separate a captured PDU frame. Okay, or yep, PDU frame by its protocol layers. So as you can see here, if we're going to click this one here, this first row, this will display this information. But if we're gonna click this last part, the Ethernet information here changes as well. So yep. So as you can see, this is Xiaomi. So my phone is Xiaomi. So that's correct. And let's have this one. This one. Okay. The information changes as we click on the other rows. So for the third part, which is the bottom part, the bottom section displays the raw data of each data layer. So as you can see, this is, I guess, on a hexadecimal form. So the raw, yep, tama, correct. So the raw data is displayed in both hexadecimal, so hexadecimal and decimal form. So for our instruction A, click the first Icmp request PDF frames in the top section of the Wireshark. So this one. Notice that the source column has your PC IP address. Okay, that's correct. So we have here our PC IP address. And the destination column, this one, contains the IP address of the teammate PC that you pinged. Yep, that's correct. Let's check the photo here. That's correct. So the destination here, okay, let's check. The destination is the IP address of our cellular device, and the source is our PC IP address. So we requested and we ping our cellular device, so that's gonna be our destination, and the source will be our laptop or our PC. So with this PDU frame still selected in the top section, navigate the middle section. So middle section here, click the plus sign to the left of the Ethernet. So yep, click the plus sign to the left of the Ethernet second row to view the destination and source MAC address. So okay, this one. Okay, so as you can see here, we're gonna be answering this question. Does the source MAC address match your PC interface? Yep, that's correct. So our source here is lit iron. This one. Okay, this one. And So yep, does the source MAC address match your PC interface? So let's check here. So as you can see here, our destination is Xiaomi. So that's my phone. That's a Poco phone. And then we're gonna see here that our MAC address, okay, just the source. So we're gonna see here that our MAC address with our phone is the same here. So DC D7 2E 5D D7 18. So that's correct. And our source. So let's go back to the second question. Does the destination MAC address in Wireshark match your team member MAC address? So let's check. So what we've answered a while ago is the question number 2. So let's answer this question. Does the source MAC address match your PC interface? So let's check here on our command prompt. So that's the source, okay? So the source will be here, 58 semicolon 00 up until the end. So if you can check here, our physical address is 58, and then this one as well. So it's the same. So this tells that what we did is correct. So again, for the second question, this will be for our cellular phone. So let's check again. So where's our cellular phone? Yep. So our MAC address here is DC B7 up until the end, up until 18, and both are the same. So let's have the third. How is the MAC address of the pink PC obtained by your PC? So we can also check it, okay, if our answer is correct by typing here ARP-A. Okay, wait a moment. We can see there that let's search for our source, okay, for our source address and for our destination. So as you can see here, we have here our internet address, which is 192.168.18.1, which is same with our going back. Yep, our destination here, let's check our Wireshark. So our destination is 192.168.18.43, which is from our phone here, which is the IP address of our phone. And we can also see it here on our internet address. So we'll have here 192.168.18.43, which is same with this one, with our destination IP address, which is the same. Which DC B7 2E 5D D7 and 18, which is dynamically configured. So let's have our note here. Our third question. How is the MAC address of the pink PC obtained by your PC? We can do it by wait a moment. We can do it by typing ARP-A in our command prompt window, and we can make sure that we take note of the ping address of the internet address or the physical address correctly. So note, in the preceding example of a captured Icmp request, Icmp data is encapsulated inside an IPv4 packet PDU, IP4 header, which is then encapsulated in an Ethernet 2 frame PDU, Ethernet 2 header for transmission of the LAN. So for our part 2, we'll be capturing and analyzing remote Icmp data in Wireshark. So in part 2, we will ping remote host not on the LAN, so not connected to our internet or to our LAN, and examine the generated data from those pings. We will then determine what is different about this data from the data examined in part 1. So for our step 1, we'll be starting to capture data on the interface. So start the data capture again. So let's stop this one. Then we'll not be saving our captured Icmp data in Wireshark. So let's continue without saving. And then here, with the capture active, ping the following 3 website URLs from the Windows command. So let's ping www.yahoo.com. Okay, as you can see, it will display the IP address of yahoo.com as well as its ping statistics. So as you can see here, okay, the destination address is 202.165.107.50, which is the same here for yahoo.com. So let's ping. So as you can see, once you ping a URL here, okay, it will give you the IP address, and it will automatically give you Icmp data in our Wireshark. So let's ping another one, which is www.cisco.com. Let's ping it. Okay. As you can see here, our destination. Okay. Yep. So there are another set of information or data here on our Wireshark for the URL of Cisco. So as you can see, our IP address is 23.7.211.81. Same here. 23.7.211.81. So that's our destination, which is our Cisco website. So let's have another one. Let's ping www.google.com. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, we have here another set of data for our Wireshark. So we're gonna have here the IP address, the physical address, which is 172.217.24.100, which is same here. Okay, same here, which is relied to our Wireshark application. So note, when you ping the URLs listed, notice that domain name server DNS translates the URL to an IP address. So from URL, just like what I said earlier, it was translated to an IP address. So note the IP address received. So we already know the IP address received for each URL. So we're just gonna have to go back to our command prompt to take note of the IP addresses. So you can stop capturing data by clicking the stop capture icon. So let's click it. So for our step 2, we'll be examining. Okay, we'll be examining and analyzing the data from the remote host. So review the captured data in Wireshark and examine the IP and MAC addresses of the 3 locations that you ping. List the destination IP and MAC addresses for all 3 locations in the space provided. So wait a moment, let's just delete this one. Okay, let's delete all of this. So mind you guys, we'll be answering these questions. So wait a moment. So our answer here is yes. For our step 3, for our part 1, and then our answer here as well is yes. Okay, let's just answer it. And then our answer here is using the ARP -a command in the command prompt. Okay, so we're just gonna have to answer it all. So going back to our step, okay, going back to our step 2, we'll be answering these questions. So yeah, for our yahoo.com here, so let's click here. As you can see here, yahoo.com has an IP address of 202, so that's it, 202. Then we're going to get the IP address, so the IP address can be kept here. So copy value, and then this one. So let's paste it here. So let's just delete this one. Yep, so that's our IP address. So it matches. And our MAC address here is this one, our destination. Then let's just copy value. And then let's paste it here. So that's our MAC address for Yahoo. Let's just highlight it. Okay, so let's highlight this one then. So let's have the IP address for Cisco. So let's check the IP address here. So that's 23.7.211. So 23. So where is that? So this one, 23.7.211.81. So yep, 211.81. So we need the IP address. So here, let's copy the value, and then let's paste it here. Just delete this one. So yep, that matches. So let's have the MAC address. So let's click it here, and then let's copy the value here. And let's paste it there. Yep. So this is for our Cisco.com. Okay. So let's just click it here. Let's check. So the destination is the same. Yep, with our Yahoo.com. So let's proceed with our Google. So let's highlight this one. So for Google, let's check it here. So we have 172.217. So 172. Okay, 172.217. So 172.217.24.100. So yep. So we're gonna get the IP address here. So copy value and place it there. Then highlight. And then our MAC address will be the same. So for the MAC address of Google, so let's go here and then let's copy value, and then let's paste it here. Okay. So let's highlight. So what is significant about this information? As you can see, the MAC addresses for all of the remote hosts. Remote hosts are the same. So how does this information differ from the local ping information you receive in part 1? So for part 1, wherein we use our cellular phones as wherein we ping our cellular phones. As you can see here on our topology. So say for example, this is our laptop and this is our cellular phone. So if you're gonna ping it, it is on the same local network. So it is connected on the same LAN, or simply speaking, on the same internet connection. So if you're gonna ping it basically they will have the same connection, okay, and it is directly connected to each other without the need to be routed or to be connected to our router. But when we'll be pinging our remote host, it's the same. I mean, it's a different connection because instead of directly being connected by the internet itself, the router will be the medium for our PC or for our laptop to connect with the remote host, such as the Google, Cisco, and the Yahoo.com. So that's why it's different. So the internet or the router will be the one assigning, and will be one of the factors determining our MAC addresses. So going back for our, so that's my answer for this question. So for our reflection question, why does Wireshark show the actual MAC addresses of the local host, but not the actual MAC addresses for the remote host? So just like what I've explained a while ago, okay? Wireshark is a packet analyzer, and it is used to capture, filter, and analyze packets. So our Wireshark does not show the actual MAC address of the remote host, because they are not on the same network, just like what I've said a while ago. Unlike the cellular phone and our laptop, which is directly connected to the same local network or the same internet connection, the remote host, when you ping our remote host, it's not directly connected to the same Wi-Fi network or LAN that we have with our laptop. Okay, so if the remote host is in the same network, probably then it would be also a local host. But since it's a different case, we're not on the same network, then it would not be a local host. So that's our reflection. So here's the summary of our reflection. So as a summary, the MAC addresses for remote hosts are not known on the local network. So the MAC address of the default gateway is used. So the one that is connected to the internet. After packet reaches the default gateway router, the layer 2 information is stripped from the packet, and the new layer 2 header is attached with the destination MAC address of the next hop router. So for our appendix A, we'll be allowing Icmp traffic through a firewall. So if the members of our team are unable to ping your PC, let's say we're on an actual laboratory, the firewall may be blocking those requests. So this appendix describes how to create a rule in the firewall to allow ping requests. It also describes how to disable the new Icmp rule after you have completed the lab. Okay, so we're just gonna have to follow this instruction. So let's go to our control panel here. Okay, let's just wait for it to load up. So let's minimize. Then on the control panel, let's find for system and security option in the category view. So let's click system and security here. Okay, and click Windows Defender Firewall or Windows Firewall. So so in the left plane of the Windows Defender Firewall, click Advanced Settings. Okay, let's just wait for it to load up. Okay, here. Oh, wait a moment, let's exit this one. Okay, and after that, on the Advanced Security window, click the Inbound Rules. So this one, Inbound Rules option on the left side. Then this launches our new inbound rule wizard. On the rule type screen, click the custom. Okay, click the custom radio button. So let's find for the custom radio button. What is it called? It's a custom radio button. Quiet. But first, let's click new rule. Okay, this one. Then on the right sidebar, this launches the new inbound rule wizard. On the rule type screen, click the custom radio button, and then click next. In the left pane, click the protocol and ports option, and using the protocol type drop-down menu, select IC. So Icmp v4, and then let's click next. And then verify that any IP address for both local and remote IP address are selected. Okay, both any IP address. Okay, and then click next to continue, and then select allow connection. Okay, allow the connection, then click next to continue. Then by default, this rule applies to all the profiles. Click next to continue, and then name the rule with allow Icmp request. So allow Icmp request. Click finish to continue, and this new rule should allow your team members to receive ping replies from your PC. So after that, you can also disable it by reversing the instructions. So that's our experiment number 4 for data communications. Again, my name is Rica, and I hope you learned something and you learned a lot from our experiment today. See you!